In a tree that's maybe quite dramatic, growing in real extreme conditions with a lot of dead wood and just a small triangular foliage. So you've always got to be prepared to explore different options in the material. But it just shows you how sometimes, yeah, this is obvious that there's nothing there, so these heavy branches can be used for a forest. But there's also other possibilities as well. But at least if we use this for a raft, we'd be able to use most of the material, whereas if we were using it to create a small individual tree, we'd be cutting a lot of the branches off. Now it's starting to grow, and you can see what I was saying earlier about we're getting bright greenery at the tips. So I'm happy for this to just continue to grow. You've got to learn to work with the health in your trees. This is so important. If you have a strong, healthy tree, you can do all sorts of things. If you have a weak or sick tree, then you can do nothing. You have to leave it and wait for it to recover. So with this tree, I'm happy for him to do this. And inside, you can see we're getting new bright green foliage coming from inside the tree. As we get more light and air in here, it encourages more stuff to grow. So in my early days of doing bonsai, we tended to work with the instant type large junipers I've just showed you, and you tended to concentrate on making a tree out of the branches you've got. Whereas now, when you're looking at bonsai, sometimes you're styling a tree with branches that aren't even there, branches that you know you're going to grow. So sometimes you have to just wait for the tree to grow, for branches to come inside and give you better material. Sometimes if you try and create a tree just out of what you've got, maybe it's going to be a compromise, it's not going to be up to much if you haven't got a lot of branches. So sometimes it's better to create your own material, to create a better tree to work on. Bonsai is about time. There's no real quick fix. It's just a seed kit is just such a slow start and it takes you for ages to get going. But when you're doing other work with trees as you progress, then it is about being patient. The two most important words probably when you're doing bonsai are watch and wait. So you watch your tree, you wait, and when the time's right, then you intervene and you do the work that's required. The problem is when people start, they just have a few trees. You want to do some bonsai this weekend, so you go down to your trees and you find something to do. And often you're working on your trees when they don't need it and they should be just left. So it's difficult when you first start and you haven't got a lot of trees. So often bonsai is about just waiting, just feeding, watering, and waiting for the tree to grow. And then when he grows and he's ready for the next stage, then you do it. So this tree, yeah, it looks scraggly, nothing much about him. But potentially this is a real good piece of material because we have a big lump of deadwood here that's got some character. So we can just keep the one live vein that's feeding the top and have a live vein on here, and then the rest of it can all be made into deadwood. And all you need then is just some impressive deadwood and just a small green triangular foliage, and you have a good bonsai. But it's just waiting until the time's right and just letting him grow. So what I would do with this tree is continue to let him grow strong, and then when I see some of this other material coming inside, then I can start to cut these back, and I transfer this energy from here into the material that's inside. And so we get a much more compact tree, more branches to work with, and then this is how we move forward. This tree's been growing on the nursery quite a long time. I've had to grow all this foliage on. Some of these branches have been out here, and then they've been cut back, and now they're starting to come again. This one is growing strong here, but also I've now got 2 good strong shoots growing back here as well. So I'm happy to take this out now. And then these will now take over from that shoot and will get stronger. Because I want to be able to create a much more compact triangle in this area. Because this tree has got some really dramatic movement in the trunk. There's going to be a lot of dead wood in here again, and just the one live vein twisting around the trunk. So we could bring this back and make a top out of this, or we could even tilt it this way and make something almost like a cascade type branch out of it. But we've got some good options with material that's growing near the trunk. But there was nothing on this when we started. We've had to grow all this, and now we just keep taking it back in. So you can see that since we pruned it, we're getting all new bright green foliage coming inside. And so what you have to do sometimes as well is look at pieces of material and don't think you've got to start a bonsai out of it straight away. Grow your own material, grow it into something better, so you can actually create your own good trees to work on. You might buy a modest piece of material, relatively inexpensive, but if you put some work into it, you can really create something better out of it. So this tree has good potential with such movement in the trunk, and this foliage we can get to become much more compact. Again, it looks a bit scraggy and long, but I'm happy because I've got some real good strong foliage at the tips. Again, I could clean out some of the weaker stuff inside to let a bit more light and air into the tree. But as long as I leave this at the end, growing strong, this is where the energy is in this tree. This is Juniper chinensis. This is Juniper Ichiagawa. Just 2 different varieties. This is perhaps the most popular bonsai at the moment in Japan for bonsai, because the foliage is very tight. It grows well, it's a good colour. It tends to be much more compact than chinensis, so this seems to have become the more popular tree. So these, we're using this material for a Christmas special that I do every year, and so the student buys the tree and gets a place on the class as well. And so when they come in on this special day, the first thing they will have to do is there is some old wire on here that was put on in Japan, so the wire will need to be taken off. Then they need to get inside and clean it all out. So this is what happens, you see, as the tree gets dense, it starts to clean himself out, so everything dies back inside. So all this stuff needs cleaning out. Then again we clean the weaker stuff off the branches, and then we have to make a selection. So we make a selection of the branches, and then the tree needs to be wired, and then it can be shaded. So this is something that's repetitive in most junipers, that you have to clean them out and then do the wiring and the shaping. So when you get a good tree from Japan that stands without any wire on it, this tree may have been wired 30 or 40 times in Japan. It's not something that you can sort of think, oh, once I've wired it, that's it, I don't have to wire it again. The tree will last so long without the wire on, but then it starts to spring up and starts to move. But you see how strong the tips are, how they're growing. So in the old days, yeah, we would have been told to get hold of this and pinch it all off. Now it's all done with scissor work. So when the tree extends, then we get in with the scissors and we pull back. In this case, I'm pulling back to here. So I've still got 2 strong shoots now to continue growing. Whereas before, when you took all the growing tips out, you weren't leaving anything for the tree to grow from. This is why you've got all brown tips around the end of the branch. So it's good to let the tree, because this tree came from Japan and he's been in quarantine, it was good to just let him grow and not reduce these tips. It's building him energy, helping him get over he's been halfway around the world, he's in a new climate, so this is good to let him come back. But then next year when he starts to grow, I start to take these earlier. I don't let him grow as long as this. If it's strong next year, okay, then we take it sooner. And then you start to keep it compact, especially if you were going to show it in an exhibition like this. Then you start to arrange all the foliage clouds. So this tree came from Japan, and you can see, I think this tree was trained on a nursery in Japan, so he's had the movement put in when he was very early, when he was very young. You can see we've got the shara here, the dead wood, and the live vein coming up, which is what you find in a lot of the classic Japanese junipers. So this tree again is ready for styling. He's strong at the tips. He's been in the ground for a couple of years to bring him on again. But this could be tilted over to make a cascade form, or it could be done as an upright form and making use of the movement in the trunk. So again, you can see all good stuff coming through inside. So you would have to go through each branch, remove the stuff inside, anything that's hanging down underneath. This makes it easier to get the wire on as well. One of the problems people have today is the internet. In my day, it was books that you read when I first came into bonsai, whereas now you tend to go on the internet for all the information. The problem with the internet is that there is so much information out there that a lot of it is really good information, but there's also a lot of really bad information out there. And the trouble is, when you're first starting out, you don't know which is the good information and which is the bad. Maybe you don't see the trees and the guy who's giving the instructions, so you don't know how good his trees are. The other thing you have to take into account when you're on the internet is, where is the guy growing his trees? So if you read something on the internet and the guy's growing his trees in Japan, just because he's doing this in Japan don't mean that you can do it in our climate. Similarly in America, the climate in America varies such a lot that, again, depending on what part of America he's in, how he treats his trees can be totally different to how you treat yours. So you just need to be very careful when you're searching on the internet. Sometimes I find people come back being more confused because they read so much information and it starts to contradict one another, and then you don't know which one's right. So fortunately we're in a room surrounded by clubs, and this is maybe the best thing to do if you can join a bonsai club or find someone that knows what they're doing. Basically you have to find yourself a mentor. Bonsai is an ongoing thing, and I found this is where the school has succeeded, that people come to the bonsai school on a regular basis, they can bring the trees back each year, and they get advice to take them to the next stage. Because the information we give you, taking it from one stage to the next, is totally different. Each time it gets to one stage, we need some more information to take it to the next one. So it is very much an ongoing thing and a learning curve.
And now for the afterthought. What do you get when you throw a piano down a mine shaft? A flat minor. You dig?